I speak very, very fast in English, but make a lot of mistakes. What should I do to improve? Hello, I'm Dr. Julian Northbrook from doingenglish.com, and this is a question which popped up on Quora fairly recently. I speak very, very fast in English, but make a lot of mistakes. What should I do? Well, the brutally honest, blunt, probably not what you want to hear answer to this question is slow the fuck down. There's this myth that native speakers of English speak English very, very fast, and therefore if you want to sound fluent in the language, you've got to speak it like a teenager driving a car down country lanes at maniac speeds. But when you're talking like this, trying to impress people by speaking very, very fast, far from making you sound better in English, it actually just makes you sound really confusing. Now, there are a couple of reasons why people may speak too fast in English. First of all, everybody has their own natural rate of speech. Mine is perhaps slightly above most people. For the most part, I do tend to speak fairly fast. Another fairly innocent reason is because your first language, Italian is a great example of this, may have a fairly high average rate of speech, higher than that of English, and therefore you naturally transfer that over to your English. Another, still kind of innocent but very misguided reason is because you are afraid of making mistakes, and therefore you, whether consciously or more often subconsciously, speak faster in an attempt to mask those mistakes. It's almost like the faster you speak, the less time people have to notice your mistakes, so you speak as fast as you can. It's kind of akin to somebody who can't spell writing with terrible handwriting to hide the fact that they can't spell, but terrible is still terrible. The other, and to be frank, fairly obnoxious reason is because you somehow makes you sound better at English and you're trying really hard to impress people. But this is basically just a type of masturbation in that it feels good for you, but not really for anybody else. When you're trying far too hard to sound fluent in English and speaking very, very fast as a result, you're only thinking about yourself. You want other people to think you sound fluent, and therefore you're doing everything that you can to try and give them that impression. But because you're only thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about them and what is the best, clearest way to communicate something to them, all you're actually doing is making yourself very hard to understand and look quite stupid. Now, this is not necessarily to criticize or put people down, but it is to say that you've got weird beliefs about English and how it should be spoken if you somehow think that speaking very, very fast is a good thing. What you should actually be doing instead is focusing on the clarity of your speech, on the quality of your speaking. Yes, if you wait a minute, are speaking just a second, this all the time, that's a problem. That is very, very disfluent. But speaking like this all the time and trying to speak really, really fast is also a kind of disfluency, because it's not how people speak. Native speakers are not speaking really, really fast. Sometimes to non-natives they sound like they're speaking fast, but what they're actually doing is chunking and articulating their speech well, and that's what you should be learning to do too. You should also be working on the naturalness side of things, because true proficiency in a language is a balance of the fluency side, which is all about smooth, efficient brain processing. And by the way, if you're trying really hard to speak really, really fast, yes, you will make a lot more mistakes for the very simple fact is you are putting too much burden on the processor. It's like you're trying to force it to do something it's not designed to do, and therefore it's having to take all of its energy and its processing power away from you actually making any sense and putting it into just, making that making that mouth move fast enough to do what you're trying to force it to do. You need to work on the fluency side of things, which again does not mean speaking fast. It means speaking in an articulate, clear kind of way. Yes, when we're excited, sometimes we do speed up, but when I really, really want to make a point, I'm going to really slow down and make sure that you've understood. It also means working on the naturalness side of things, or what we call native-like selection, that is speaking in high frequency, native-like chunks of English. And of course, the confidence side of things is really, really important as well. So if you work on those three areas, slow down, and focus on the quality of your speech, that will do wonders for the quality of your English that just trying to speak very, very fast could never do. Now, to go further with this and learn more about how to do these things, head over to doingenglish.com/free training and then study the 1 hour free training that I put together that's going to teach you the nuts and bolts of doing all these things that I just talked about. Right, with that guys, this is me, Dr. Julian Northbrook, signing out from another video. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.